All right, welcome back to the channel. No planned structure for today's video. I'm not even supposed to be playing disc golf, let alone recording it. I was supposed to go to Florida yesterday. Well, I don't want to say supposed to. I was trying to leave to go to Florida yesterday afternoon, but work, I just couldn't get everything wrapped up completely, so I'm going to have to wait until the weekend to go. So weather was nice today. I was going to take the day off and rest some of these elements I've had because Ross is out of town. But weather's too nice, and I want to throw some frisbees, so Pin C is a par 4, 525 feet. It's all the way up there. Let's try tenacity. That's gonna be crushed, but I don't know if it'll stay off the road. Couldn't really tell if it came down or not. All right, taking the tenacity, which just barely stayed in bounds, fought through everything over here. Just because I've never been on this side. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of play is possible over here. I'm going to try to go with my koi, like, right at it. I'm going to try to throw it in, the koi. I don't know, it doesn't yank that branch, it's probably in. We'll take a tap in 3 to open up. It'd be nice. All right, hole 2 is going to be a fun par 4 as well. Birdie on this, going to require a decent tee shot. I'm just going to throw this time lapse, like 80% power, hyzer up the left. See if it'll turn on its own, do its magic. If I try to throw it too hard, I'll burn it over. That is ridiculous. Let's see if we can make a putt. All this fussing about how good the drive was. Eagle putt would be better. We're gonna go with the old koi because this is outside of 40 feet, barely. Just a tad too long. Look at that. Oh, I thought that was in. All right. Let me grab my phone and see how long this drive was. All right, hole 5, long pin, 485 feet, par 4. So actually pretty safe birdie. We got OB road and beyond right all the way. Basket's all the way down there on the edge of the road. I'm thinking to go time lapse. That looks pretty good. We'll take that. I'm going to throw the other ones for fun. Give this an eagle bid here. But we probably got this a little bit further than hole 2. So we're probably looking at a 60-footer here, I would guess. So likely not going in, but super easy birdie with a chance to eagle. It's okay. Birdie here is good. All right, going into hole 7, we are 3 under, 3 birdies on par 4s, 3 pars on par 3s. Makes sense. So we've done what you've got to do on the course. We're going to try this wrath on forehand again. That's pretty much parked. Even though I would forehand this hole, I think the other pin to the left is better. It's more fun, and it'd be easier to do. All right, let's go to hole 8, 4 under. All right, hole 8, 475 foot, par 4. This actually is a birdie hole. And the reason for that, I usually throw a flippy driver here anyways. I like to just throw a sky high flippy driver up through there, let it do its turn, let it fade back on its own. I would usually use like a mint freetail, or maybe I started throwing a tenacity for a while, but I think these Fission Time-Lapses should be perfect for this hole. I'm gonna throw peachy just in case. That'll actually be a little bit more left That might be inside those Christmas trees on the left, which is a problem. Honestly, I've never had this issue to where I've thrown a backhand too far left. I'm just going to try to throw a time lapse up there. I almost threw that in, I think. All right, so hole 9 here doesn't have anything to it. It's one of the old straight simple holes. 260, only has 1 pin. It's kind of tricky though for right hand backhand because everything fades away from you. This is a hex. That's short. I'm going to switch to the crack one and throw it directly into that chain right there that we were aiming at, because I had a right-left headwind. All right, hole 10, 475 foot par 4, way the heck up there. This hole previously has my record for my longest drive ever. I'm gonna throw peach time-lapse in case I do something stupid, I don't lose my good ones. And I'm gonna throw it aggressively. I'm gonna throw it like left side of that big tree, assuming it's going to flip. It's gotta get down or it's gonna be OB is the problem. That might be OB. Let's try King Griffey Jr. So I thought that this peach time-lapse went over the sidewalk, but it did not. It got down in time. So it's sitting in a almost perfect position. You know what I'm gonna throw is a water disc. So no judgment if this sucks. This is a disc I've literally never even thrown before. It's a Faith. All right, that'll work. I thought it slid up a lot closer. I mean, this is close enough. I'm taking the birdie. I mean, we're not gonna miss this putt anyways. This isn't a death putt. Luckily, I'm left enough to have the water out from behind the bucket. All right, hole 11. It's a great hole to try to really throw a bomb. Pin B, if that's where it's at, which I believe it is because it looks like it's close to the road, is 675. Par 4, obviously. That is perfect. Get underneath that branch. Just past that tree. So here we are. Distance-wise, good. Placement-wise, honestly, I think good. All the road option. I think left side, you don't have anything other than to go low, which we have established is not what I'm good at. That looks to me like that's about 260 feet. If this was pink resistor, I would say 100% this is the shot. This being green resistor, I have to hope it has enough fade. See, it's just going way too straight. I barely even got back in bounds. Pink resistor would have handled that no problem. This is unfortunately a shame that I've got a circle's edge putt here because we're pin high, or almost pin high. We're right level with the pin. I just needed the fade that the old resistor would have had. Let's see if we can make a putt though. Got my chain selected. Get in there. All right, hole 15, 630 foot par 4. That one should be maximized. Let's go. Smoke show. That's a good solid 50, 60 feet past the concrete block. Lonzo Morning's the best one. You just gotta throw it with some control. A solid 80 feet past that concrete block in the middle of this fairway. If you play here, you know. Let's get this koi parked up there. And then we can measure the drive because this was bombed. And that is pretty good. I was about to say parked, that's why I said pretty good. Or not have to putt this, but this is just like 20 feet. It should be automatic, but I just wouldn't feel right if I didn't at least putt it. Hole 17, 485, all the way on the other side of the pond where we teed off for hole 16. We're sitting at 9 under right now, which is really good. This hole just requires you to throw a decent shot to get past that tree in the middle. You gotta make sure you don't flip anything right, don't push anything left. There's OB. Obviously the water is all OB. There's a walk path along the left that is all OB. That tree's dead center, it's what you want. So I'm gonna throw a Tesla right at it. It's a little bit higher than I wanted. And it hits the tree, oh shit, and rolls. That's not good. So unfortunately I hit the tree I was aiming for, which made the disc roll into this not so premium location. Now, I'll tell you what I gotta do. I gotta throw a Bobcat hard on a Anheuser and hope for the best. That sounded like that hit concrete. Maybe I'll get lucky and it'll be parked. Yeah, Bobcat got us the birdie there. I don't know what I heard it hit. Maybe it hit metal. It sounded like it hit concrete to me. Of course, there is something here. It could have been that. I don't know what the hell that is. It's hard. Looks like a speaker piece. Hey, that's gonna put us 10 under going into the last hole, which we shouldn't bogey, to be honest with you. Juicy time-lapse hole. All right, final hole here, hole 18. It should be in C, which is way up there on the right, 470 feet. Try Ken Griffey Jr. here. It's just so easy with those discs. It's kind of dumb. How do they go so far? Like, it wasn't really a good throw. These fission time lapses are cheat codes. I'm past that pin over there. I'm pin high with the long pin here, which, what did we say, was 470 feet? And like, I didn't try to yeet it. It's like, this isn't me. I could pick any other, I could get a destroyer, a synapse, which is in my bag, all these other discs, and throw them. I'm not getting that distance out of these. I'm going to be a good 50, 60 feet further back. These things are bombers, which for how I aim, because I aim center left chains, seems to straighten it up. And that was on hyzer the whole time. It was the biggest problem with that putt. The first putt was just hyzered out. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap up over here because I honestly don't know if and when and how this footage would be used. This was supposed to be my day off. I'm assuming I'm probably just gonna go back and take the holes I birdied and probably make a video of that, because that would be 10 holes, make a nice length video. And I played them pretty well. Went bogey free today. I didn't have any shanked shots. Let's talk about these time lapses. So 2 weeks ago on the SBO Flex, June 14th, the fission time lapses were coming out. I had already ordered 2 offline because there were specific colors I wanted. I wanted this, the one I'm calling Alonzo Morning, because it's Charlotte Hornets color. Ross suggested Alonzo Morning, or Larry Johnson. I liked Alonzo Morning. Then I got the one that I call Ken Griffey Jr. because it's got the Seattle Mariners colors from the late 80s, early 90s, which I like. So these ones were on the way, but after I played the Flex event with Landon and Ross, I had the day off work, so I wanted to do the review then, but I didn't have a disc. So I went to Hazy, I got the Entropy, I got this Cocomelon time lapses, I guess what I'm going to call this one, with this peach color and green rim. But I originally went out to Roar Park and I was doing like the standard kind of review. Here's this time lapse on a flat, Anheuser, power throw, forehand. Like, let me show you all these things. And I did about 6 or 8 throws. I was like, this is boring. Like, I don't like doing reviews this way, especially if I only have one copy of the disc. At the time, I had to do one throw, go get it, come back, do one throw. And if I throw it bad or, you know, anything was on me, it would be hard to do the video that way. And that's why I switched back over to doing like the round review, where I go to Huber Heights and I'll play the course with that disc, or maybe pair 2 discs because it's a driver. I'll pair a putter up with it and can review 2 discs at one time. I like doing the reviews that way. That day was so busy with the tournament stuff in that weekend that I kind of forgot about the whole part that was supposed to be a disc review. I wasn't supposed to just say, yeah, I like it. And like, I was supposed to give a little bit more characteristics about the flight and stuff like that. And now that I've had 2 weeks to use these, if you've been following my Instagram, you'll notice that I've been posting left and right about them. They are, without a doubt, hands down, the easiest distance I have ever had in my life. These discs will go further with less effort. These are the easiest distance. I threw my longest drive ever with this today on hole 2, 471 foot, very effortlessly. And again, I have the footage for that, so that's probably why I'm going to turn this video into a time-lapse video. From somebody that's 40 years old, has never played any level of professional throwing type sport, I'm getting, you know, 450 plus distance out of these with what I consider to be relatively low effort. I feel like I'm trying to put about 60 to 70% on these to where they're getting the max flight out of them. So anyways, I can't rave enough about these. Whatever this video turns into, as always, I appreciate you guys stopping by. If you found the video fun or useful, make sure to hit the like button so it helps the channel grow. I'm gonna be heading out to Florida in a couple days, so the next few weeks may be spotty. This video I think will probably come out right after I get in Florida. So I'll see you guys down there. Get yourself a Fission time lapse. Please try them out. They are amazing.